Recently, I made a point about when people eat substitute versions of the animal products that they love on the standard American diet, that, it's simulating the same, things in their brain. So it feels like they're still eating a hamburger or hot dog, whatever it is, right? Tastes like it, Beyond Meat burgers, whatever it is. And people are arguing against this, and I'm getting to the root of addiction. So I'm not trying to demonize or anything. And someone's like, well, why do you care? Blah blah blah. And it's kind of obvious that there are so many people who go vegan and then they end up going back to animal products. Shane Sterling is one example where he kept yo-yoing back and forth for like 15 years. He was a sloppy vegan or whatever you want to call it. Many people have done this. It doesn't mean that they don't love animals. It doesn't mean that they don't want to hurt animals. So people are arguing saying, well, they were never vegan in the first place. And that's attaching veganism to your identity. So, I think it's ignoring the underlying issue that, there is a huge epidemic of food addiction in our world. And it's not always the case that, people are just not vegan because, there's layers, there's different reasons why people eat certain things. It has to do with their beliefs. It has to do with, society. There's pressure, so people falling off of being vegan doesn't necessarily mean that they were never vegan. It just means that either they weren't strong enough, they didn't have a why, they don't have enough information, whatever it is. But it doesn't mean that they want to hurt animals or that they don't love animals. It's just, we don't see it every day. We're bombarded with TV commercials and billboards and restaurants and smells and flavors, and every event, city event or concert, whatever, there's animal products everywhere. So what I'm inviting people to do, and I'm not demonizing, switching over and, eating replacement transitional, vegan meat substitutes or cheese or whatever it is. I'm just asking people to ask why they are eating certain foods, because it's not the thing is addiction, right? The reason why anybody yo-yos back and forth is because you either have an emotional addiction or a physical addiction, whatever it is. I'm just saying, let's ask why we're putting something in our body, because most of the time it has nothing to do with nourishment. It has nothing to do with biological need. And we have a crisis with food. There's an epidemic of food addiction in our country. We eat way too much. We hardly ever eat for nourishment. It's out of comfort. It's out of boredom. It's out of numbing beliefs. The belief that we need to eat something in order to be healthy. Our culture, humans have become obsessed with food. Obsessed. It takes up most of our life. It takes up our time, our energy, our resources. Besides rent, I think most of our paycheck goes to food and entertainment around food, social outings around food. Everything has to revolve around food. When you have gatherings, parties, holidays, birthdays, meetings, business meetings, everything revolves around food. When you go to work, you're thinking, when's my lunch break? That's all you can think about. When you're eating one meal, you're thinking about the next meal. So I'm not saying that there's something wrong with eating meat substitutes. I'm just saying there's an epidemic of food addiction in our country. And I'm not saying we need to stop eating food altogether. I'm just saying, let's question why we're eating something. Are we eating for addiction? Are we eating for pleasure? Are we eating for boredom? Are we eating to numb something? Because I highly doubt, like 90% of the time, you're not eating because your body is actually signaling hunger. Like if you eat something and saying, is this actually benefiting my body? Does this actually have nourishment? Am I actually getting something beneficial to live and to thrive? Or am I just eating this because it tastes good? So I once had a friend, and very successful person, and she liked to snort cocaine every once in a while. And she was in a relationship and her boyfriend didn't like that. So she was complaining to me, saying like he's being controlling. She's like, I don't do it all the time. It's every once in a while. I like to do it for fun. I'm not addicted to it or anything. And I think she was looking for validation. But, as her friend, I was just like, well, he has a point, you know? And the second thing is, ask yourself, like, why do you need to do cocaine? Why do we need to drink alcohol? Why do we need to do cocaine? Why do we need to eat animals? Why do we need to go to fast food? Why do we need to make our holidays revolve around, eating a lamb, a baby lamb, like whatever it is, like just question, just ask yourself. It's the awareness of like, why are we doing something? Are we programmed to do something? Are we doing it for what reason? Why are we putting something in our body? Why are we eating as much as we do? When I sit mindfully with my food and I'm not watching TV or listening to anybody, the act of eating is freaking boring. Like just sitting there chewing, counting my chews, like really trying to digest it and be present with it. It's so boring. I don't even want to sit there. I'm like, okay, let's hurry up and finish so I can go do something else, because just eating itself, and especially right now, I'm not eating any oils or spices or salts or seasonings or anything. I'm eating my food so bland because I want to see, I'm testing, I'm experimenting on myself to see where this hunger, where this desire, where this insatiable craving is actually coming from. This addiction that we've had since birth, everything, we're constantly searching, looking for food, food, food. We're not even hungry. We're not even actually hungry. Where is that need? Like get to the bottom of that. So I'm sitting there eating this food. It doesn't taste like anything. I'm just eating plain steamed vegetables and lentils and some wild rice, and it's very bland. And I'm chewing it. I'm trying to chew very thoroughly. It kind of sucks. There's not really any pleasure with it. I don't even really want to eat it. I can't. And then, I take a few bites and I'm already, because I'm being present with it, I'm already signaling, my body signaling that it's already full. It doesn't take much to be full. But a lot of times we're talking, we're having a conversation, we're watching a movie, we're doing this, we're at a party, we're just mindlessly putting something in our mouths. And we're not actually hungry. Like, what is this, a garbage disposal? We're not actually hungry. Like, this is a sacred vessel. I'm just saying, let's be mindful about intentional about what we're putting in our body. I'm not perfect. I have addiction. That's the whole reason I'm talking about this, is because I'm aware that I'm addicted. And I'm seeing the addiction everywhere. I'm seeing it everywhere. And I'm seeing this mass illusion that humanity, this spell that we're under when it comes to food. So it's okay. You want to eat the transitional vegan meat replacements. It's fine. But I'm just saying, just be aware. Like, just wake up and just be present with and be like, why am I actually fighting and defending to eat this? Is it because I like the taste of animal flesh? Is it because it's beneficial and actually nourishing for my body? I'm just saying, just ask yourself a question. I'm not judging you. I'm saying I see it in myself. And because I see it in myself, I'm seeing it all around me. I'm not perfect. I have not overcome my addiction. I'm working through it. That's all for today.